KL or Sepahan?
You please. Your host.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So,
Your host.
when we started, it was basically a lot of technical discussion, purely because, as you know, Sepahan, even last year, they were very unlucky to finish second. They were fighting for the title consistently, 15, 16 years. This is what we want in Malaysian football as well. So first is the stature of the club, then you look at the technical aspect, because that's the most important aspect. They've done a lot of good things over the last 16, 17, 18 years to keep a club going at that level. I think they've got 2,500 professional athletes across, just not football, other sports. Means they are a sports cultured institution, just not a football club. So with that aspect, there's a lot of things that we can learn from, but also technically, if they've got, obviously the other aspect is directly to the first team, which I think coach can elaborate a little bit more, which if they have good players, obviously there's a lot of level of the younger players could loan, could be here, or we could actually produce a young player or a player of a certain level where they could be of interest. That would be also a breakthrough, because we always look at our players, we want to go to J League, K League, Bundesliga, English League, but even going to a league of Iran's level where they play consistently in the Champions League, that would be a very proud moment for our local players to actually break the barriers. So these were the idea of it, not just per se the clauses, but the entire idea of it, of why we got through. But you look at their infrastructure, you look at the stadiums they have, you look at how they manage 2,500 athletes. This is something a club of our size can always benefit from. So that is what, I mean, in the spirit of why these two clubs came together. Obviously, His Excellency brought up something really good on my first meeting. He said, Stanley, do you know that there's a street called Jalan Esfahan? Do you know there's a Kuala Lumpur road in Esfahan? He said, it's something that was there for 20 plus years. It's beautiful. Let's make it better. That's what he mentioned to me. And he said, I cannot run away from football. That's why he's here. He loves football. So when things come together, they just come together. But there's a lot of beautiful aspects which we can grow together with. So I think it's good that we are taking it further. We signed a 3 years now. We're going for another 3 years. I just want it to continue and we start executing things physically, because I think there is a good chance of us. They are here tomorrow, for especially the delegates are coming down, besides Mr. Hamed, for a Champions League draw. So it speaks volume of where they are as a club. So all we can do as a club here is try. We ourselves last year, AFC Cup number 2, pushed ourselves. When we signed, we weren't Malaysia Cup champions yet. Remember this. Sepahan came with us with the belief that we will do well. Must remember that. They didn't sign with us when we were winners. They signed with us when we were going up the steps. We won the Malaysia Cup, I think, 2 or 3 months later. They had the belief. So when people have belief in you when you're nobody, I think that beautifully just comes around. So for me, that's the spirit of why we got together.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Stanley. His complimentary was perfect, actually. But it's our great pleasure as the most honorable club in Iran, the Sepahan Club, founded in 1953, and we have 5 times champions title in the league and 4 times in the cup. And the first Iranian club qualified for the FIFA Clubs World Cup in the 2007. Actually now, based on the recommendation by His Excellency Mr. Ambassador, the Sepahan Club has twinship relations between 17 clubs. And KL Kuala Lumpur FC, now this is the 18 of our sister nation clubs, that they are different area of activities for friendly games, for holding the camping, for transfer of the player, to founding the scouting. And actually, we are honored that from the east part of the Asia until the west part of the Africa, we have the international partners. And prestigious club like KL FC, this is a very good opportunity, as the Mr. Ambassador also mentioned. The 2 cities are sisters at the international level, and now the clubs, the prestigious clubs of these both cities are elected to sign. And as you know, today's ceremony, it was the extension because of the COVID. The last memorandum, the last MOU, it was not impractical. But we hope that in the new era that we can write a roadmap between the two clubs, and also, especially for the coaching courses, they can welcome to come to Sepahan. And also right now our team A, Mr. Jose Moraes, is Portuguese, is the more than 300 matches assistants of Mr. Jose Mourinho. He is very actually between the top 100 coaches in the world, and this is the best opportunity for the both clubs to share their knowledge, to share their experiences, and it's our great pleasure again, and we thank you again for this hospitality, and thank you, Bernard, for this unique moment that we have here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Excellent.
For Sepahan, for last one, at the first place, why you choose and agree to do with KL? Because maybe in Malaysia have so many clubs, but why you choose the reason you choose KL City?
Exactly, this is a very good question because we have a target. Actually, before any decision, make a decisions. The Sepahan, they call Sepahan of the half of the world. And most of the travelers come to Sepahan. And the Sepahan municipality has, with around 13 cities in the world, they have sistership contract. And actually, one of these cities is Kuala Lumpur. And between the clubs in the KL, Mr. Bernardo, who was the first person that he welcomed this idea, and also with our dear recommendation of friend here, Mr. Hossein, and also the Mr. Ambassador also recommend and approve this. This is very important for us, and that this was the first step that we choose these clubs. And I think we mentioned, because in the southeast part of the Asia, we have just with Japan, Orobarets, the Orobarets and Sepahan play in 2007, and they signed the first MOU. And now the second in this zone, this is FC Kuala Lumpur.
Stanley, can I use this opportunity to ask them about Champions League?
Oh, please.
Okay, so you are in the pot 2 for tomorrow draw in the
Yes.
West Zone. So how do you think about Saudi Arabian changing the map of the football? They call the marquee player coming, and now they are waiting. They might be one of the club might be your opponent in the ACL for tomorrow draw. So what do you think?
Actually, now we are very happy that the Sepahan club take the licenses to take part in this big event. This event is the biggest event in the international level in the zone of the Asia. For the Sepahan club, there is no difference which clubs and also which teams are selected in our team, in our group, because all the teams has the chance to win. But every clubs, yes, like to have the big star players like Ronaldo, like Karim Benzema, like Neymar. This is the unique and outstanding opportunity for each club to have these star players. But for this event, I think all teams has the same chances to get the points and actually qualify to the next stages. Regarding the Saudi teams, we are very happy that after we have playing with them in the neutral venue or after the centralized matches, now there is a time to have a go and away matches. And our stadium has 75,000 stadium in Sepahan, and we believe that if in our team we are drawing after draw ceremony, one of Saudi teams elected, when they come to Sepahan, our stadium will be full and everyone will be enjoy from the football and enthusiasm. Everyone will be glad and happy of this opportunity. For us, this is our great pleasure to welcome all our teams in Sepahan.
So what is your target for this year Champions League?
Actually, we can say championship is our attitude, but we can say all the teams has the same chances. But we saw, based on right now, we believe that our technical staff are Portuguese. All of them, we have Mr. Jose Moraes and 5 assistants from Portuguese. And we believe our players are the best, and they try the best, and also the championship is our target.
You didn't tell them any secret that you may be buying Kylian Mbappe? The only one available, huh? That's the headline. Sepahan.
No, it's not a secret anymore.
And for KLCT, can we see Iranian import players playing in KL?
I mean, the door is open now, huh? The door is open. You never know. Never know. I mean, they have, I mean, we were just talking yesterday. They have signed some top players. They are challenging for the title. But they also groom top players. So there will be some players not having minutes, and they need to place them somewhere. They need to play. Why not? If it's good enough, why not? So, yeah, the door is open.